Hi, my name's Alan Simpson. This is a short video on how you can change the name of a column coming out of a table using FastAPI and SQL model. I pulled it out of a course I have online, so some of the code's already written, as you'll see. Hey, it's Alan. Welcome back. In our last lesson, we did a join between two tables so we could return the category name with each video rather than just the category ID. And it worked, but there were a couple of weak spots. So one is that when you look at the documentation for the route for that, it really just shows that it returns a string, which isn't very informative. And also, when you run it, the category name field is just labeled name, which isn't very descriptive. So in this lesson, I want to talk about how you can change that name label to something else and then also put that in your response model. So let me get back to where we left off. We need to open main.py, and this route we put into this joins region. And all we have to do here, where we have category.name, is add .label, a pair of parentheses, a pair of quotes, and whatever label you want to give it in your output. And that's really it. So when this comes out, it will be labeled category rather than name. And to verify that, let's run it real quick. Now this is the get categorized videos route. Let's try it out and then click execute. And sure enough, instead of name as the label for the category name, we have the word category as the label. So that solves one problem. We haven't done anything about the other problem yet, which is having just the word string show as our response body. So let's work on that next. To do that, we need to go into models.py and specify a class that defines what fields we want to show and then apply that to our functions. So let's get to models.py and we'll come down. It doesn't matter where you put it in here, put it wherever you like. I'll add it to the bottom. All right, and then we'll put in a little comment here as a reminder as to what this one is about. Syntax-wise, it's no different from the others. We'll say class. You can call it anything you want. I'm going to call it categorized videos. And it doesn't need a table or anything. We just need to inherit from SQL model. Then you specify which columns you want to show. And if you use that dot label thing, you got to use that name. So instead of name, I'll show category, and that's a string. The video.title is a string, and the YouTube code for each video is also a string. And those are the only three fields our function currently returns, so that's basically done. Now we have to go back into main.py and tell that route and function to use that response model. And to do that, we go to the decorator, add comma, response model equal, and then that one I just created, which is categorized videos. And it doesn't recognize the name because I didn't import it. So just go back to that from models line and add categorized videos to the list. And now, we need to return a list of categorized videos. That wouldn't work if we forgot to, it was a list. And that should do it for that one. And so let's do the routine. Okay, so our response model now shows that it's going to return category, title, and YouTube code. That's great. So if we try it out and hit execute, we still get the right stuff, but now we have a decent model. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, if you're thinking, that's going to be tricky without a video ID, don't worry about it. Just go into your main.py where that select is and add video.id is one of the fields it retrieves. And then go into models.py and add ID to your class. And that's an int, so don't get the data type wrong, all right? And that'll work fine right there. We'll just run it to make sure I didn't make some error I didn't notice, but it should come out just fine. All right, so categorized videos. Now the template shows that it's going to return an ID along with the rest, and when we actually run it, it does indeed return an ID along with all the rest. So that one's working perfectly. Great. We'll talk about more ways to work with join data in the next lesson. All right? See you there.